Good day, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today once again for a session with Ishtiaq Ahmad. Ishtiaq Ahmad came to Canada a couple of years ago with Deloitte, and then after moving here, he worked with Deloitte and then essentially went on to do his own thing, and he will explain his own journey. So, without having me to introduce him any further, let him introduce. So, Ishtiaq, if you can get started by telling us a little bit about yourself first.
Um, Hello, Saad. Thank you for this opportunity. I came in Canada in 2013. So before that, I was working in Pakistan. I worked there for 4 years in consulting domain, mostly higher education. Then I moved to Singapore. So I got job in Singapore in the same field, and then I moved there. So I worked for National University of Singapore and Oracle Consulting Services there. And then in 2013, I got a job through Deloitte in Canada. So then I moved with Deloitte in Canada. So ever since when I moved to Canada, like my industry was same throughout. Like from day one, I was in higher education, and ever since I have been still in higher education. So mostly what we do is we implement student management systems for different universities and colleges and other educational institutions. So last year, I left Deloitte. I was working there as a manager, and then I got an opportunity outside of Deloitte to form my own organization. So I found a client, so whom I'm giving my services at the moment, and I'm running a startup kind of a business at the moment. So what I'm doing is I'm giving consulting in the same domain, and as well as I'm doing some product development related to higher education, and I employ a couple of like few people, those who are working on my product at the moment. So the reason was like why I moved out of Deloitte. It was really comfortable job. It was like handsome, like paying job. But I was asking, like I used to ask question myself always, like when I will be in my final moments, whether like what do I want to cherish at that time. So then the
I guess that
answer.
is what we all try to think for ourselves as well in life.
Exactly,
But yeah.
exactly, exactly. So then, like always, I had a, like a sandbox kind of like fight in within myself, and then eventually I decided that okay, this is not the journey on which I wanted to travel on all of my life. I will have to make myself a little uncomfortable. I need to go in some uncertain territories so that I could explore myself. So at the beginning, like everybody else, when you make a move, when you make a change from a like really good career, then you make a move, then you always feel a little
The first
uncomfortable.
opposition is from the spouse. So,
No, my spouse wasn't like she doesn't care about like biology. She only cares like you would just give us a good life. She only cares about that. But I did discuss with my spouse, and then she was very supportive. And I told her that like we could go bankrupt.
yeah.
So, but she was very supportive, and then I started this, and I took some help from you as well when I was setting up my corporation. Thank you for that. So ever since when I jumped out of Deloitte, uh, like I felt very comfortable ever since. I'm not sure if I was lucky, but I felt very comfortable. Comfortable in a way like I have more like financial freedom. I have more like my time freedom. Like I can allocate my time, and I have freedom to do whatever I want. Previously, I was basically bound by so many rules, like you can do this, or you were always dictated by what project you are going to work on or what area you are going to work on. But right now it's a totally different ball game. I do what I want to do. If I wanted to do product development, I can do it. If I wanted to do serve 10 clients, I can do it. So it's more freedom. So this freedom came with fear behind it, but once you overcome your fear, you will see a lot of doors will open in front of you, and you never know where your fate will take you whenever you take risks and chances in your life.
Interesting journey. And I think a lot of people get stuck in the whole 9 to 5 thing and they never decide to make that jump. But I think it takes a lot of guts. And so you did that. So that's hats off to you. Apart from that, what other things do you keep yourself involved with? Like, what are Are there any social activities that you involve in? I think you're a good cricket player as well. So what is all that all about?
Right. So I keep myself to have a balanced life. For example, I try not to miss any opportunity to keep myself physical fit. Like I participate in sports, whether it's if it's summertime, I'll engage myself in cricket. If it is winter time, I'll engage myself like indoor practices or skiing or swimming, like that kind of stuff. And on top of that, I like cooking, so I like try different cuisines. So I get bored like trying with one kind of cuisine, so I try a lot of different variety of foods at home and outside home. I like try to explore new restaurants and then pick up a recipe and then try to cook it, and then so that my family can also enjoy it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and it's interesting. Though I'm not even a big fan of cricket myself, but I think we met for the first time at an event that was hosted by Farhan Khan, who
exactly.
is now with the cricket board. So, and I guess that's where we met. Anyway, that's interesting. But one last question, Ishtaq, if you could talk to us about. So there's a lot of people who are moving to Canada in the. I believe you have the Oracle solution,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
So for those folks, what would you recommend? And just generally, like for those people who are migrating here in your skill set, what would you recommend for them?
Uh, so I followed one thing in my life, like I never worried about the job. Like I always worried about what value can I deliver uh, in return to this world back. So it's not specific to one individual. It's a holistic approach. So for me, not worrying about job always made me choose my path, like what I wanted to do. So any newcomers, those who are coming in, like I always tell them, like when you were not born, you were taken care of. When you were born, you were too weak to take care of yourself, but you were taken care of at that time as well. So now you are strong enough that you have hands, you have everything that is in your own favor. So one thing that you need to less worry about how you will feed yourself. And then the thing that you need to worry about is what you will give in return, what you already have with you. So if you focus on your skill and you find your niche, like what niche you are comfortable with, or you can give back. So work on that. So automatically you will see jobs will come back to you, whether in the form of you are being employee of somebody or you will have the capability to employ some other people by running your own business.
Thank you so much, Ishtaq. That's a very good and viable advice for anybody moving here and planning to pursue their careers in the future. So we really appreciate you taking the time out today, and hopefully, I'm sure if there's anybody who needs to connect out to you, they can surely do that through your LinkedIn. We will add that into the YouTube link. So thank you for your time today.
No problem. Thank you very much.